Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Crazy Women Country. Today we have a very special guest, Canadian artist Jessica Lavallee. There you go, look at that. Rolls off the tongue there.
That's right.
I even tried the French accent, but I don't think it worked very well.
That's right.
Perfect. So, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I really have been looking forward to it. I'm doing wonderful.
Good. I'm glad.
Yes.
So the first question is always the hardest question. Who is Jessica?
So Jessica Lavallee is a country artist who happens to love to sing soul music, blues music, Irish music, Celtic music, a little bit of everything. I'm also a wife, a mother, and that's who I am.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A multitude of jobs there. I love it.
Yes.
I was reading through your website and it was saying about how many instruments you actually play. Which is your favorite? And do you ever get confused with, mixing them up? Because seriously, I can't even play one instrument and I'll be confused. You know what I mean? I would just get confused between them. What am I doing?
No, I mean, I don't get them mixed up, but I certainly have my favorite instrument is actually hard to say. But I love to play guitar. And I picked up the harmonica, I don't know, about 6-7 years ago. And I absolutely love it. I mean, I'm not the greatest harmonica player, but there's just something about it that just, it fills in some of the times that I can't do a solo or something on the guitar, or but it just adds some.
I've lost it.
Again, I don't always pick it up, but I definitely picks it up with my father when he's around. And when we're at a kitchen party back home. I mean, I kind of fiddle at the piano a little bit sometimes for songwriting. So I kind of play a little bit of, anything, I suppose, but my main instrument, I guess, is my voice.
I love that. I can't play a single thing. I'm as tone deaf as I come. I know what music I like, but when it comes to anything else, I'm tone deaf. My brother and my mother got all the singing talent, and me and my dad are just whatever.
Well, there you got the love for music. You like listening to it, so that's important.
Oh, definitely. There's always music on in our house. Always music on in our house, which is always
Isn't
great.
it special? Oh,
Definitely. It definitely brings families together, and it does all sorts, especially in our house. The music taste ranges. I mean, my dad's like into Queen and some real heavy rock stuff. And then you've got my mum who was into Patsy Cline, and that's where we got the country music from. So it's a whole mixture of everything.
yes, it's beautiful. That's wonderful. Oh yeah, I mean, it's every type of music has something special in it, really.
Yes, everything has something to offer, whether it's whether you like it or not. Because sometimes my dad likes this music. It's a bit growly. You know how they sort of really sing from their stomachs. And I'm like, really? But when you think about it, that's an amazing talent that these people could do that.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, for sure.
It's quite impressive. Not that I could do it, but maybe. Tell me about your new single, Six String Therapy.
Six String Therapy is a song that I wrote with Carmen Melton Bennett, who happens to be a therapist. I've been writing with Carmen for, I say, just around COVID time.
Oh yeah.
And I met her online, and I've never actually met her in person. She's in the United States, and we've literally just been writing since then. I absolutely love writing with her. And so this idea about music and therapy, it just came natural to two of us because, well, really, when you think about it, music is therapy, right? Yeah, it's like it's a universal language for one, right?
Yeah.
And it can relate to everybody
Yeah.
in some way or form, whether it's whatever genre you like to listen to.
Yeah.
But it also it gives a feeling to you, whether you're happy or you're sad, or it brings back a memory of when you were growing up, or just anything. Music is surrounded by us all the time, and I always find that going through the hard times and the good times, music has gotten me through everything.
Yeah.
And I really, really, really wanted to put it into a song. And six string, it's well, this guitar in particular is very special to me, and it has been for several years now. My father sent this up to me for Christmas one year, and this was a guitar that he was playing in the 80s and 90s. He got a loan of it from my uncle, and he took a loan of it for about 25 years.
Nice one. I like that.
So it's so funny, and then it was we couldn't really play it a lot. It was kind of damaged a little bit. It needed some work done to it. And so my dad asked my uncle, he was like, hey, can I take this guitar and fix it up and send it up to Jess, right? And that's exactly what he did. And I had no clue that this was on the go. So he went and got it fixed, and he sent it in the mail. And he sent it up to me for Christmas. So I have written almost, I don't even know, maybe 200 songs on this thing right now. And through COVID, this got me through big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very special six string to me.
I love
Yes.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, how did you start writing with a therapist? I mean, I'm assuming she obviously likes to write and very good with words, but that's a very different kind of field to be writing songs from.
Well, I literally just met her online because she is a songwriter. And I'm one of these people, if you don't ask, how are you gonna know, right?
Yeah.
I just asked her, I'm like, hey, Carmen, do you want to write a song with me? Because I've just seen her online. I've seen her writing with other people and stuff. So I just wrote her a message online, and sure enough, we wrote a song. And then we wrote another one, and then we wrote another one. So we just continued on, right? And we became friends, and that's pretty much how I got to know Carmen. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's the best way to build a friendship. You built it on this mutual ground, and now you've got this, mutual respect. I love it.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it was very just natural. And we just seem to we have similarities in so many different ways. So it's great to work with her.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. So obviously we talked about six string therapy, which is just amazing.
Thank you.
Now I have to say, Get Back Home. I've been listening to that, and it's very sort of toe tappy. It's really, I don't know, really upbeat. It's really a song you can get into. So tell me a bit more about that one.
So Get Back Home is a song that I wrote with my father, Jessica Lavallee, and he came up for a visit. I don't know, what was it, a year and a half ago or something. And of course, when he comes to visit, we got to sit down and have a jam, right? So this particular day, I said, let's write a song. And sure enough, the kids was gone to school, and so we had the house to ourselves. So it was just, let's give her. And we wrote this song called Get Back Home. And I said, well, Dad, because where I'm from, a lot of people got to leave to go to work. And and then they goes for 6, 7 months, and comes back. And then, well, they're leaving their families, right? So I just figured, and their loved ones or whatever, I said, we'd be really be cool to write a song about that, leaving home. And then, like, when you're done work, well, you're coming back, but you have to travel far to get back home. And of course, I'm not home anymore. I've been gone for about 18 years. So I just, I know the feeling of wanting to go home, right? Even though, like, this is my home now, but home will always be home. L'eau de Blanc Sauvignon is always going to be home to me, right? So anyway, I just decided, like, yeah, let's write a song, something like that, right? So that's what we did. Get back home.
It is an awesome song. It really is. It really
is. Thank you.
What female artists did you look up to when you were growing up, or women in your family that inspired you?
Oh dear. There's just so many. Well, inspirational women in my life, definitely my grandmother Lavallee. I absolutely love her. I miss her so much. She's no longer with us, but I know she's watching over me. And so she was always like a big fan of my music, and her and my grandpa. So they've always been a huge fan of me, and they always supported my music. And so she definitely is my biggest inspiration, along with everybody else, and all the women in my family are big inspirations, right? But so there's that. And then there's also, music-wise, oh my, there's Dolly Parton, Loretta Lynn, Patti Loveless. I love her. She's just got such a sweet, like, traditional country voice. That just brings me back to, I don't know, it just really, it's inspirational for sure. And she's, so her, and well, there's Miranda Lambert, there's the latest ones anyway, and Lainey Wilson. I looked up to, who else now? Oh my, there's just so many.
There's just way too many to name. But there's not many people who name Patti Loveless, and I absolutely loved her. She was probably one of the first few artists that I really got into. I got into Reba first. And then I kind of expanded from Reba, and then of course you've got your Martina McBride's, Patti Loveless, Linda Davis, what I mean? And kind of went through in that way. But I always love Patti. She's just awesome. Absolutely love her.
She is, yes. And you mentioned Martina McBride. Actually, she was the first tape that I ever bought. Back in the day when they made tapes.
You're showing your age now. You're showing your age. Tapes. My God.
Yes, I'm I'm a little bit older, so it's fine, because I absolutely love that I grew up in that time. And back in the day when they made tapes, and then so I bought Martina McBride's tape with my own money, and I was so proud of that. Absolutely loves it. She's got such a beautiful voice. I've always loved her, and she always recorded really great songs, like very beautiful songs that were very touching.
Yes. Oh yes, definitely.
Yes.
So tell me, what have you got planned for the rest of 2024? I know there's not much left of it, but have you got any big plans?
So I'm definitely going to continue writing. That's always a given, because I literally think about music 24/7. I got my memos always open, and I got my textings out. Like, I got so many titles on my phone and pieces of paper that are scattered everywhere in the house. I'm telling you, there's something stashed in every corner, and I don't even know what's written on it. But every time I think of this stuff, I have to put it down, otherwise I'll forget about it, right? So
definitely.
So I'm definitely gonna be writing. I plan to record again. Well, right now I'm kind of preparing for the festival season next year.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, and I'm always doing, like, writing for grants and doing different things for,
Yeah.
as an independent artist, it's,
Me too.
you know, I'm working for myself. It's my business, right?
Yeah.
And I really have to, and I work on socials. I'm trying to learn as much as I can. I'm not a technical person. I try my best. But I'm also very like, I don't know any much about technology. So, but I'm trying to keep up with it. And I try and post every day. And so that's kind of a part of the job, right? It's not only, I wish it was only about the music, you know, but there's so many other parts about the music industry that I learn every single day. You know, so yeah, so I'm working on a bunch of stuff. There's always something on to go. And sing live too. I love singing live in front.
I love that. I love that. There's always something. Well, we never stop, do we? We're always doing something all the time, I must admit, no matter what you do. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today. I've had a blast talking to you, absolute blast. Everybody, this is Jessica. Make sure you check out her socials down below. Her website and everything will be there. Links to new music and everything else you can check out. Check her out. I can talk, would be awesome. And we'll see you again soon, guys. Adios.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.